real quick before. Oh, you're good. You're good.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What's up, everybody? NBA Coast to Coast Live with me and my co-host Lou. What's cracking,
Go on.
Lou? How you doing, my brother?
What's going on? Happy New Year, everybody. What's going on there?
Happy New Year, man. Good to see you. We are back, and we got a jam-packed show today because we're going to talk about the trade that went down yesterday and
Mm-hmm.
potential trades that could happen, man. We're going to call this one trade resolutions. All right, this is a trade resolution episode, and we had a trade yesterday, man. A blockbuster, some might say. Trae Young to the Wizards. All right, and now this was crazy because the Atlanta Hawks traded four-time All-Star Trae Young to the Washington Wizards for C.J. McCollum and Corey Crispert, right? This ends a Trae Young era in Atlanta after years of playoff runs, including a 2021 Eastern Conference Finals appearance. And now the Hawks gain a veteran scoring from C.J. McCollum, who's an expiring deal, and shooting from Corey Crispert, plus cap flexibility by dodging Trae Young's massive 2026-2027 player option. And the Wizards pair Trae Young with their core for a potential backcourt spark. What were your thoughts about this trade, Lou, when you first heard about it?
Man, it was it didn't move me at all, man. It didn't move me at all. I feel like the Wizards didn't really need to do it because they're not in a position to win now, and you're trading for a guy, a max player guy that wants to win now. So I don't understand why the Wizards did it. And then for the Hawks, isn't CJ on an expiring contract? I think right
Yeah,
after the season.
yep.
So they basically traded Trae Young with no picks for Corey Crisper. Is basically what they got for him. And I understand why they want Corey. You know, you want shooters around Dyson and Jalen and stuff like that. But I just felt like it was a bad trade for both teams.
Yeah. What's up, guys? What's up, Die Hard? Good to see you all, man. LA Sports. Yeah, that you know what? I'm gonna put a bit of a different spin on it, and I want to get your take. What up, Solo? I want to get your take on everything, man. For me, I thought this was a good trade for the Wizards because they're a bottom of the barrel franchise who really has nothing to sell their fans. This gets you something to sell to your fans. You know, this guy puts butts in seats. He's interesting. He's entertaining. As you know, as a Knicks fan, he can be clutch. He goes crazy. So I think this was a win trade for the Wizards and for Trae Young. For one, if you're the Wizards, you don't have anything really you're playing for. You're not probably going to make the playoffs this season. I'm hearing rumors that Trae Young might not play much this year because he's nursing an injury. They want to keep him healthy for next year. And you get your star, man, because they haven't had a star since who was the last star that Washington had? John Wall?
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal was the last star. So it's been a while. And this, again, there's franchise that sell tickets, all right? We know the Wizards since they had Gilbert Arenas, John Wall, Bradley Beal. This is the next guy in line that's going to do that for them and, put butts in seats. I don't think they're interesting. I like a couple of the young players, Bob Carrington, Jalabel Coulibaly, guys like that, but they're not really moving the needle, even with the Trae Young. So I think Trae went there because that was one of the few teams that was willing to offer him a contract extension. It's all about the money nowadays in the NBA, and so.
Do you think he's going to take that extension?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because you got to understand, in today's modern NBA, you have a young, undersized point guard. He's only 27, man. Same age as Luka. People forget they came in the same draft together. And they both got dealt, which is nuts to me. Only 27. He's only now just entering his prime. So he can really ball out. However, he's the type of player, kind of like Curry, where you got to disguise on the defensive end. You got to have the right pieces around him to really make a run. Just like in 2021 when they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So, but I like this trade a lot for the Hawks. I do not like this trade. I'm sorry, for the Wizards. I do not like this trade for the Hawks because the Atlanta Hawks, bro, they could have traded Trae Young a year or two ago, which I have been said on this channel probably a year or two ago. I didn't think the timeline fit him anymore. And he deserved to be on a contender. They could have traded him. The Spurs were interested before they acquired De'Aaron Fox. They could have traded him and got some young assets, one or two, and or a draft pick or two. And now we see how draft picks are coveted, that a player like Trae Young can't even pull one draft pick, not even a second-round pick. Yeah. What do you think this does for the NBA trade market with the trade deadline approaching on February 5th? What do you think this does to the trade market, man?
It might. I mean, it might reset it because before there were people overpaying for draft picks. The Mikal Bridges trade, for example, 4 picks for him. So maybe this and then the Luka trade as well. This trade and the Luka trade might have set back the teams giving up a lot of picks for guys now, because I think the Lakers got one pick. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks got one pick from the Lakers, I believe, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now Trae didn't, there was no picks involved, so maybe it helps other teams make trades now. Now guys aren't overpriced, but I don't know, man. You mentioned that he might miss some of the season. I'm wondering if the Hawks know something that we don't. Is Trae more hurt than he's giving? He's letting people know. Maybe the Wizards knew that and say, "Hey, we'll take him, but we're not giving you no picks." It could be something deeper than that. Who knows? But I don't know. I still don't like the trade for either team. I just think I don't think Trae's gonna stay. Did he sign the extension already?
No.
Not yet.
Trae has a massive 2026-27 player option, which he can opt in, or he can opt out, and they can re-sign and negotiate an extension for sure.
Okay, because I'm wondering, what if behind the scenes, what if he said to the Hawks, "I want to go here, here, here," and they say, "Oh, we're not going to deal with that. Let's send you to Washington for a year," and that's who's to say he doesn't opt out and just sign what he wants.
Right. So, well, I'll say this, man. To me, the reason that the Hawks traded him is obviously because they have a better record playing without him this year than they do with him, and they're eyeing a bigger fish. Rumor has it Anthony Davis to the Atlanta Hawks has real legs and could happen before the trade deadline. How would you feel about something like that?
Dude, that's another thing. That's pointless. That for the Hawks is pointless. Just like it's pointless for the Wizards to get Trae. The Wizards aren't in a position to have a player like Trae, and the Hawks just got rid of the one guy to pair with AD. So why would you want to bring Anthony Davis to pair him with a bunch of younger guys that don't fit his timeline? Anthony Davis is 33 years old, I think, right? 32, 33?
Yeah. Well, a lot of teams in the East feel like they're one Anthony Davis away. They feel like the East is wide open. You got the Detroit Pistons at the top of the standings. People don't respect the Detroit Pistons. They feel like they haven't accomplished nothing. Pistons at 28-9, they just won 3 in a row. The Knicks, what did I tell you, Lou? What did I tell you? Did I tell you the Knicks would be the number 2 seed? Right now, currently sitting pretty at number 2. I think, heck, man, listen, if they put a nice little run together, they could go for number 1 spot right now, because the East
Hawks, even if the Hawks get AD, I don't think they're going to get anywhere with that. And then you got to take into the account that Halliburton's coming back after the season. Jason Tatum's coming back after the season. Garland's coming back. I just don't understand it. In my opinion, I just don't understand it. I don't see why they would trade for AD. But who knows, man?
Interesting, though, because like my guy Solo right here said, didn't Trae and Luka get dealt for each other? They did on draft night. And I want to ask
both teams lost that trade.
Okay, he just answered it. There you go. I was going to say, who won that trade?
Both teams lost. They both lost.
I can't argue that. They both lost out on their star players, and they got minimal returns. Both of them, which is crazy to me. First of all, the Luka trade, the best piece you got out of that was Max Christie, if you think about it, because AD's never hurt, is always hurt, and never available. And so the best piece you got out of Luka was Max Christie. And then for the Hawks, Corey Kispert, we're talking about 2 role players for 2 players that were megastars at one point. I got to ask you, as a Knicks fan, Lou, how does it feel to no longer see Trae Young doing this to y'all, man? In the Hawks,
he's still gonna do it. He's a chump, man. He's gonna do it. Wherever he goes, he's gonna act like that. He's just Trae. I just feel like I wish he would have went to the West so I could see him less. But other than that, bro, I'm not worried about no Trae Young. Nobody's worried about Trae Young ever. He had one good season. Nobody's worried about Trae Young.
He's on the Wizards, so you won't have to have nightmares about him, because that team sucks, man.
Yeah, that's it. No, nobody's worried about Trae.
Another trade to get another star there, they're not going to be interesting at all. But I personally like Trae Young. I'll be rooting for him individually, because I've always been a fan.
But I'm not going to lie, though. I feel like this trade, along with the Luka trade, it's kind of telling superstars or star players, hey, you got to do a lot more than play offense. You have to do a lot more, because we're not going to tolerate it. We're not going to build around guys who don't play defense. And that's what it seems like teams are doing. Like the Dallas Mavericks had no problem getting rid of Luka because of his defensive issues. Atlanta Hawks got rid of Trae for the same reasons. So maybe around the league, younger guys are probably going to see that, like, hey, we got to start playing some defense, or we're not going to get the super max or the super extensions that we could get if we were to stay on one team.
Well, I'll say this, man. I'm going to say this for sure. I think that we're starting to see this shift of a new era. We saw last year the 2 teams that got to the finals were both really high defensive teams.
Yep.
And this is copycat league. So everybody tries to pattern after success. For a while, we saw Mike D'Antoni and the Suns, get to the Western Conference Finals. They couldn't do much. But then, I'm not saying the Warriors don't play defense, but they're more of an offensive team. And they won 3 championships, and then the fourth championship with Curry. And so everybody was trying to pattern their game after them, just running and gunning, not really focused on defense. But now we're starting to see a shift back to what me and you know and love, Lou. All old school basketball fans, we love defense. We love now. There's still a lot of flopping. There's still too many free throws for my liking. How do you feel about today's modern NBA and where it's at right now? Because personally, I feel like there's way too many free throws still, and we need to, it kills the rhythm of the game for me personally. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, there's a lot of flopping, a lot of tacky calls from the refs. Sometimes the players don't have control over that too. It could be the referees just blowing the whistle too much. But like you said, I like where it's going, and I feel like we're getting back to the lineups of 2 big lineups. Like I see a lot of teams running really tall guys at the 4 and the 5, but we got away from the small ball era of running small centers or 6'5" power forwards. So I mean, it looks like it's heading in the right direction. I just hope it continues.
It always happens like that, Lou. I always notice that, the wrong star comes along, Steph Curry, and everybody patterns after that, and then the right stars start coming along, and the right build of teams like the Thunder. Now you see the Spurs. You start to see where the NBA is heading, and we're starting to get some defensive wings again back into the fold. 3-and-D, which historically, we've always had the Bruce Bowen types, Shane Battier types. We're getting back into that. Now we're getting back into big men, but these big men are different because these aren't post-up big men that slow the game down. These are floor spacing.
They're guards. They're guards, man. These kids are getting taller. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The 20 years ago, a shooting guard coming into the league, 6'3", 6'4". That same kid now, 20 years later, 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". So the kids are getting taller, but the skill set is staying the same. They're developing guard skills at a forward and center height. So I mean, it's fun to watch.
Another thing we're starting to notice is the league shifted back already into depth rather than top-heavy teams. Not like the Miami Heat back with LeBron and Chris Paul.
Bro, every 20 years it does that. If you go back when Magic and Bird were playing, it was forwards. Magic Johnson, they call him a point guard, but let's be real, he was a forward. He was 6'9" forward. Larry Bird, 6'9" forward. They were dominant. Then the guards came in. Michael Jordan came in, and the Iverson, and then they went back big. Now, it always does that. It goes wing big. Now we're back in the big era. So it's fun to watch. I like it.
Really fun to watch. And talking about fun to watch, man, Thunder versus Spurs, man. That's looking like it's becoming a new rivalry. We all know he doesn't like Chet.
Yep.
And the Spurs have kind of exposed the Thunder and have set them on a path of losing. They were the first team to beat them this year, and they have so far swept them in the season 3-0 versus the Thunder. Are the Spurs the dark horse to come out of the West, and are they the team that can beat the Thunder? How you feel about it?
Yeah, 100%. If they can stay healthy, 100%. Bro, you can't do nothing about a 7'6" monster, man. And he's not Yao Ming. He's not feet stone to the floor. He's agile. He's quick. He's durable. He does everything that you want a player to do. He's a 2K player. He's a my player. That's all he is. And you got nobody in the league. Nobody has anyone to answer for that guy. So when you have a player like that, you're already at an advantage against every team in the NBA. To add that, now they got Stephon Castle, they got Fox, they got the other guy Vassell, they got so many guys over there, man. So yeah, they're 100% they're a threat to beat anyone in the West, actually, anyone in the East too.
Yeah, bro. I'll tell you, man, that's the scariest team in the league for me right now, just because we don't know what the ceiling looks like. And the last time we saw a team like this was last year, and it was the Thunder. We didn't know what the ceiling looked like. It looked like a championship,
Yep.
So I think the Thunder broke the seal of young teams winning championships, and we hadn't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
Usually you need experience and lots of experience. You need to get to the finals, fail, all of this, all of that. We saw the young Celtics do that, get to the finals, fail versus the Warriors, and then bounce back and win after that. Yep. So now we see the Thunder, man, first deep run in the playoffs, and they go all the way. I don't put it out of the realm of possibility. The Spurs could do the same thing. They're scary, man. I don't think there's too many teams in the West that want to face them in the first, second, or even third round. And like you said, Wemby's a cheat code. This guy, we ain't never seen a player like him. He has the potential to be one of the greatest. We've been talking about it for a long time.
Bro, I'm telling you, I stand on what I said. He can be the greatest of all time, man. As long as he
I
stays
believe it.
healthy. As long
I
as he
believe
stays
it, man.
healthy.
I truly believe it. But yeah, it's all about health. That's the only question mark
Hmm.
for him, personally. But yeah, again, the league is very interesting right now. I wanted to ask you about the 65 game rule for award eligibility. Do you
I
like it?
love it. I love it. Get your ass on the court. You want to win awards? Get on the court. Simple. And I'm sorry if you tear an ACL, then it's unfortunate. But part of the game is playing the game, right?
Right.
You
Mhm.
can't get stats if you're not in the game. So why should I give you an award for not being in the game?
Big facts.
I love it.
Yeah, and also the load managing players, man. That there's so many of these guys, stars resting for injury prevention. It's still that's the divisive topic. I think it's a little soft unless you're 40 plus years old. But if you're young and you're resting your stars,
Yep.
what I'm saying, to avoid injuries, it's like, bro, ever since this new commissioner came in, the league has gotten softer. The All-Star games aren't played hard anymore. They a lot of stars rest on back-to-backs. If you clip your toenails the wrong way, you might miss a week. That's
Hey,
what I'm
listen, man. When you have a soft leader, you're gonna have a soft company. And I'm
saying.
sorry, but you could tell. You could look at him. You know that man's soft. So that's how he runs his business. It is what it is. But hopefully we get somebody else in there that's more like Stern. David Stern, bro. I mean, as much of a a-hole he was at times, he had the league on lock, man. He had people showing up, dressing right, acting right, finding people for doing the smallest things, and everybody was coming correct with him. And then
Mhm.
this guy came in, and I don't know what happened, man.
Yeah, I mean, this guy came in. I think he had a Disney background, and it shows, man. He's out here looking like a Disney princess. The way
Yep, for
uh,
real.
he coddled these players, man. He held their hand. He really turned it into a players' league, and it's okay, but it's not good for the fans because
Yep.
we miss out on the most. I mean, fans that pay big time money to go watch the games. And I'm not talking about LeBron because LeBron's 41. That's understandable. But I'm talking about everybody else, man. There's so many stars in this league that miss back-to-back games or take in-season vacations or take time off. And I think you can see it, especially with how players like Draymond get away with murder. The way Draymond, I don't know if you noticed, did you watch that game when Draymond walked to the locker room and didn't come back out to the game? And then the head coach, Steve Kerr, just swept it under the rug and said, I got to be better. And took it like, what?
That was this season.
This season. This
Oh
season.
no, I didn't see that.
So Steve Kerr and Draymond got into an argument, heated argument during the game. It was in the first half of the game, I believe. I don't remember who they were playing. Draymond walks to the locker room. Afterwards, they ask him, "Hey, how come you didn't come back out to the game?" He says, "I had to, take accountability." This is what he says, and do what was right for me at the time. That way, I didn't blow up because cooler heads prevailed. Is what he said. And Steve Kerr post game says, "Oh, well, I have to be better. I have to take accountability for that." And he was not going to return back to the game. But basically, he didn't suspend him, bro. Back in the day, you did that, David Stern will come down on you because it's not a good look for the league.
You would have been traded the next day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's such a soft league, man, where players can do whatever they want and get away with it. It's basically murder nowadays.
Yep.
It's unfortunate, bro. And everybody, make sure to go follow my guy. There you go, Kimiko. Post Twitter link right
Thank
here,
you, Kimiko.
and he's gonna be more active on his YouTube channel this year. 2026 is the year of the Lou, man. So I'll make sure to tap in with my New York brother, man, and he's gonna be doing his Thug Dizzle over there, man, breaking down the Knicks and more. My guy Solo says, guys sit out too much for soreness. I'm sick of it. And see, we're gonna sound like old heads right about now, but we've seen it all, man. We have seen everything. I never thought we'd be the ones complaining like this, Lou. I would
Yeah,
always
I know.
older heads, talking about this stuff, but we've seen it all, man. We've seen somebody with a broken finger, Kobe. Don't pop it back, get back in the game. You know what happened today if somebody broke their finger, bro? They'd be out for the next month and a half.
Look at Iverson too, man. Iverson was breaking bones left and right and finished games. And he was what, 5'11" at best?
5'11", man. Insane. Like, pound for pound, Iverson was the greatest below 6-footer of all time, in my opinion. Yeah. Pound for pound, bro. Can you name one better?
Nah.
Pound for pound. And he was so endearing because, man, he was fighting. You want to talk about people always make excuses for Curry because he's 6'3", and he's undersized. It's not his fault he's undersized. Everson was a great defender, man. Great.
Yep.
So,
at least he tried. He was definitely with the steals and shit. He was like on the lanes and stuff like that. Because I mean, he could, you can't play defense at 5'11". It's hard, but he tried at least. At least he tried for real.
Was feisty, man. He was feisty for sure. We haven't heard nothing about the Kawhi Leonard salary cap Clippers investigation, man. What the fuck happened with that shit? Excuse my French. What happened there, man? They swept it under the rug, bro. I haven't forgotten.
Hey, that's what happens when you're a multi-billionaire, man. That things like that happen for you. I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man.
My goodness, bro. I can't believe how the league has been able to just sweep the Clippers scandal under the rug. Nobody has talked about it. Not one professional analyst. Nobody's brought it up, man.
That guy, like we were saying before, this guy Silver is a little soft. He's probably gonna wait for the season to go by, and then the next off season he'll hand out a suspension or whatever. Who knows? Maybe he'll just sweep it under the rug completely.
Man, we got a comment here from my guy Gunner. He said, it's funny. He said, Lou sounds like the rapper Shine.
That's funny as hell.
We got a doppelganger in the building, man. That's crazy. That's
funny,
the first one. That's the first one we've heard. Sure. My guy Solo says the commissioner got paid off. Now, if you guys have any questions for me or Lou, make sure to drop them in the comments. I'll read a couple of them. While we get into our next subject.
Yeah, just read them out for me because I can't see them. So
I got you. Any questions for me or Lou? I'll read them out for him. He's going from a smaller device, so he can't see all of the questions always. The Bucks, man. The Bucks. Giannis came out today and he shut down trade rumors. And this is what he had to say per Sam Amick. Okay, he said, there will never be a chance and there will never be a moment that I will come out and say I want a trade. That's not in my nature. I'm not going anywhere. I'm invested in this team. End quote. What are your thoughts on Giannis, pussyfooting and flip-flopping about it?
Damn near everybody that got traded said the same thing. So I'm not taking that as serious. They all want to save face. All these superstars want to save face. They want their fans to love them. They want the farewell video package when they get back and all that stuff. They don't want to get booed. They say the same things. I mean, I like to believe that Giannis is a genuine person. He comes off as a genuine person, but I've heard it all before. So I'll believe it when he stays there for the rest of his career.
Which is not going to happen. We all know that.
Yep.
Wow, bro. I'm at the point where Giannis Antetokounmpo is trying so hard to stay the good guy, man. He is trying so hard. But it's like the people that came before you, Kobe Bryant, the greats, they didn't give a damn, bro. They didn't, and I miss that. I miss that about a superstar that doesn't give a damn about what the public says, and it actually makes him more endearing and more lovable.
Yeah.
Like I miss that, bro. What happened to that mindset, bro? Why does nobody have a Mamba mentality nowadays? Everybody just wants to be loved all the time. And matter of fact, the one player that I could respect that actually did this and took all the heat for his decision making, Kyrie Irving, the true Mamba disciple, because you know what he did with the shot. Everything done, this man didn't give a damn, and that's why I respect and love him a lot.
But that's what players are scared of right there. Remember when he didn't want to get the shot, James Harden was looking at him sideways. Kevin Durant didn't want to talk to him. All of a sudden, he was public enemy number one in the media. And some players can't handle that, man. Some players just can't. They don't want to deal with that. But that's probably why Giannis isn't trying to ruffle any feathers. But I think at some point, if you really want out, you got to say it. You got to let it be known. You can't stay quiet and expect something to happen.
Yeah, bro. I'm really shocked that today's modern superstar cares so much about what the public thinks, and I think the social media is to blame a lot for this because these guys be on social media reading every little thing that's written about them and everything, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy to me to see that, because you would think that these players would be so smart and they got so much money they'd be above any influences, but nah. They want to fit in and where they can get in, right? Now, these are the odds right here. I'm going to pull them up on the screen. These are the odds for where Anthony Davis' next team is going to be, bro. All right. We got 44%. He stays with the Mavericks. 40% he goes to the Atlanta Hawks. And at 12%, he goes to the Golden State Warriors.
Hey, 12 is one of my favorite numbers, man.
Hey, yo, chill, Lou. Nah, but
Oh no, I didn't mean it like that, man.
yo,
Crazy, bro.
you set yourself up for that.
Nah, man, I'm talking about that 12%, man. I like that.
No.
I like that.
I heard, man. But yeah, it's crazy because where do you see him going? Where would you like to see him going? Please don't say 12.
Right there, Golden State, man. Golden State. Absolutely. Especially after what you just told me about Draymond Green acting a fool. Hey, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Let's get Anthony Davis in there. Plug him right in. He'll fit right in. He's defensive minded. He has good passing IQ, and he's a better scorer than Draymond. I mean, why not? Just do it. Let's get it done right now.
I would hate to see my guy Anthony Davis on that team, bro. But yeah, I can see it happening. But the question is, do the Hawks want Kuminga as the main piece they get back, to add to their young core? But man, it's just, I don't know, man. Anthony Davis is a great player. The only thing is his availability, right? And it's like, if you're the Warriors, and I talked about this a couple nights ago to a Warrior fan, his name's Darius. If you're the Warriors, why in the world would you want to keep trading away young talent to get older when you're not going to have enough to get over the hump? The West is tough, man. Even with AD, I don't think they get over, bro. I think they get better. I think they make the playoffs for sure. I think they're a top 6 seed in the West where they get AD and he's healthy. That's a lot of ifs.
As long as they keep Jimmy Butler and Curry, obviously Curry, they'll be all right. But bro, that's what I mean. I'm sorry to say, I know you don't like the Warriors, but that's what smart teams do. When you have a guy who's in his mid-30s and his time's ticking, but you want to keep him happy and he's still good enough to win, you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to make the sacrifice for the future to try to win now and just keep building that legacy going. Because once Curry's gone, man, once he retires, that team's going to go – they're going to be the new Hawks. They're going to be the new Pelicans. They're going to be bad. And they know that because they got rid of their future talent. They got rid of their picks. I know you love it, but it's the truth. So if I already know, damn, I got rid of all my stuff for the future, I got to win now. I have to do my best to compete right now. So trading for Anthony Davis is best for business with the position that they have when Curry retires. In my opinion, it's the best thing that he could do.
Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know. I think Curry, he's at the end of his prime. I think Draymond is trash. Who else they got there? Nobody, bro. They got already. Butler is, listen, man, Butler's out here looking like,
but he does that every year, bro. He's a playoff player, man. When all he needs to do, get him in the play-in, get him in the playoffs, and that's when he starts. That's when Jimmy Butler kicks in. So I'm not worried about Butler.
Butler right now is not even Batgirl. Right now he's Alfred. He's a butler from Batman. That's what he is. He's Alfred.
He's a playoff player, man.
Here he is, Darius Ford, the only Warriors fan that taps in with us here on the channel. He said, I want to get young players. See, Warrior fans don't want to get older, man.
Oh, no, yeah, as a fan, of course. I agree with him as a fan. Yeah, you want younger guys. But I'm just talking about from the perspective of the franchise and from Curry's perspective. Curry doesn't want younger players.
Yeah, and we don't want Curry, man. Trade his ass. Get some young players up in there, man. Get him out of there. I don't know. Yeah, I think Butler's done. Solo, I think Butler is done, bro. At $60 million, they're paying $60.5 million.
That's a lot of money.
And I told Warrior fans that this was going to happen. They were so excited, bro. They were celebrating. They were like, "You guys got Luka, we got Jimmy, whatever." Okay, we're like, we got a young 27-year-old. You got an old, over the hill ass, beat down, worn down player. You're getting older while the league is getting younger. That's the problem with the Warriors. And they get AD. Guess what? They're getting older again. So it's like.
But how do they get younger, do you think? Like, what can the Warriors do? I mean, I know you're not a Warriors fan and you don't care. But what can they do?
Taking off my Warrior hater hat, and I just as an NBA fan, if I'm the Warriors, if I'm, whoever, Joe Lacob, whoever's running the Warriors right now, I'm trading Curry, and I'm bringing in maximum value in return while he still has some value because he's not going to do anything here anymore. That time is done. Even Steve Kerr, when your head coach tells you they're done, they know they're not the Warriors of 2016, you're done, man. Your coach is telling you can't win in this league anymore. So I'm trading Curry. I'm getting maximum value in return. I'm trading Draymond, pennies to a dollar. I don't care what I get for him. I'm keeping Kuminga because they've done him dirty the whole time. They've been needed to insert him into the rotation and give him the same green light they give other players like Jordan Poole before him, etc. They haven't given him the green light. I don't know what's wrong with Kerr, but any time that Kuminga goes off, Kerr benches this kid. I've seen it as a third perspective fan. And I know Darius, as a Warrior fan, you could relate to it. I've seen a lot of Warrior fans say they want to fire Kerr, a championship pedigree coach. Why? Because as good as Kerr has been, he's not great at player development. He was gifted Steph Curry. He was gifted Draymond and before they entered their prime. He was gifted Clay. And after that, who else has he developed after that? All these years, all these draft picks, look at all their players they've drafted, and almost none of them have panned out. Moses Moody's okay.
The only one that panned out was Looney, and he ended up leaving.
Yeah. So, and that's just a role player, but they've had high lottery draft picks. I mean, I thought they messed up by not drafting LaMelo because that could have been Curry's successor. I thought that was stupid. I always say you don't draft for position, you draft the talent because you can deal with the position in free agency or in the trade deadline or whatever. But, they've made so many mistakes, the Warriors have, and I'm happy about it because I can't stand them. But I've seen them happen. First mistake they made, Lou, you talk about them being intelligent. Here's where they lack in intelligence. They picked Draymond over Kevin Durant. Right, and that was a Curry thing because Curry loves Draymond, right? They basically grew up together. So
I don't think they chose him over Durant though. I think once that fight happened, I think Durant was already set that he was leaving. I think he had enough and he was gone because Draymond said some crazy shit and Durant was already over it because he already knew. And then the owner, when they won the championship, remember what the owner said to Durant or something like that. I figured you could look it up. He made a comment. He was drunk as hell, and he made a comment about how he wasn't one of the, basically saying you're not one of the original guys that from this team. He made a silly comment like that. So I think Durant was already over it. I don't think anyone chose. I think they would have took Durant and kept Durant over Draymond if it was possible, but I don't think he was ever going to come back.
I think they kept, from what I heard, I think they kept Draymond for multiple reasons. One, because it made Curry happy. Curry always loved Draymond. Because Curry's not really a leader of the team. Draymond is in a way. He's the voice. He's the one that speaks in the locker room. He's the one they listen to. He's the
point guard, yeah.
So I think Curry wanted that on the team. Also, let's not forget that before Kevin Durant left, he got hurt. He got injured. So I think that also made their decision easier for them to pick Draymond, who was healthy and has been there and they have championships with before KD, then KD. But I think they made a huge mistake because if right when the controversy started happening with Draymond, he should have been shipped off, and that would have sent a message to KD: listen, you're the future now. You and Steph Curry are going to win multiple championships. They would have won like 5 or 6, bro. They stayed together, I think.
I don't know. Durant's a loser, bro. Nah. He hasn't won a damn thing since he left, man.
No, but
and you know what? The Warriors did win.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he was the best player on the Warriors when he went there, bro. He was the best player on the Warriors.
He was the best scorer, yeah. He was the best scorer.
And I don't think they realized that after that injury he was still going to be good. That's why I think it was easy for them to move on. I think they felt like they got the best of him. He got that ACL tear injury, and that was his career was going to go downwards. They didn't want to pay another max contract.
The way I see it, man, like obviously Durant's a better player. But you have to look at what happened when Durant left and what happened with the Warriors by keeping Draymond. They won a championship in 2022, and Kevin Durant hasn't seen the conference finals. Has he been to the conference finals yet since he left?
No.
So, I mean, business-wise, I mean, we could say, yeah, they would have won 4 more or 5 more, but the reality is, hey, we won one before you, we won one after you, and you ain't won shit since you left. So I feel like that was a good move on their end.
But that's more of team construction. Like the Warriors have always been stacked, and even though KD went to a stacked Brooklyn Nets, it didn't fit because they all were ISO players. Him, James Harden, and Kyrie were all ISO
Same
players.
thing with Phoenix.
On the Warriors, they have players who can catch and shoot like Clay and Curry, who kind of fit around KD better, if I'm being honest. And then in the Suns just are the Suns, man. The Phoenix bums are trash, bro. I try to warn people about Devin Booker and how he's not him. They didn't believe it because he got to the finals, but now they can see it, man. I always said it, man. To me, Devin Booker is a glorified Michael Redd. They try to compare Devin Booker to be the next Kobe Bryant.
So, yeah, I remember that.
He's closer to Ray Allen when he was in Seattle, if we're being honest.
He's Brandon Roy, is what he is. He's a healthy Brandon Roy.
And even then, I like Brandon Roy better offensively, to be honest. But yeah, man, it's just it's insane. As he solo says, even with KD and Curry was still the best player. Well, yeah, he was, but not in the finals. He wasn't. Not in the finals. He was. In that finals, KD was the best player. And to me, the finals matter more than regular season. So while Curry is a great regular season player, he only has one Finals MVP, and that's because he hasn't been the clutchest player in the finals for years and years and years. He's been great in the playoffs, been great in the regular season. He's a Harlem Globetrotter from half court in the regular season, But it come playoff time, the best finals he had was the one against the Celtics, which is why I gave him his flowers, because it was against them. That was the best finals he had. Hey, what up, sis? Good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
And the Olympics too. The Olympic performance was amazing.
But in the Olympics, even then, that
performance was amazing.
The last 2 games, he was special. Yeah. The last 2 games. Yeah. But before then, he was kind of a pedestrian. He was just like a bystander, and he kind of saved it up for then. He wanted the glory at the end. So that's what he did. And that's fine. But I'm not that impressed by the Olympics because we always have the best teams. Always have the best teams. There's more competition in NBA than there is in the Olympics, okay? And I was actually more impressed by France and what they did in that final, how they stuck in there and they hung in there. That's when you knew, and we already knew this, but Wemby was going to be a monster in the upcoming season. But yeah, man, all in all, it's going to be a good trade deadline, man. Do you expect a lot of trades, or do you think this is going to be one of those we already got the best trade?
I think we got the biggest one. If anything, John and LaMelo might be next. I think those will be the 2 big names that moves, but I don't even think Giannis is going to get moved this season. I think that's going to happen in the offseason if it does happen. But then again, I will say this, though. I've been saying it for a while now. Cat's playing soft, and ever since these trade rumors came in, bro, he's been having really, really bad games. Like, something's going on. So I'm hoping that he knows something that we don't, and I'm hoping it's because he knows he's going to get traded for Giannis. And hey, man, I'm all for that.
My boy really wants Giannis on the Knicks. I don't blame you. Solo says, can we or should we go after CJ? That's $30 million, bro. That's a $30 million contract. As a Laker fan, I would love to have a combo guard scoring off the bench, but does CJ still have enough left to make an impact?
But hold on. He might get bought out.
If he gets bought out, I'm all for it.
He might get bought out, man.
Yeah, I think
that'll be a great look.
Yeah. CJ McCollum off the bench for the Lakers would be crazy.
Yeah, that'll be a great look.
We need a combo guard who can do that. Malik Monk, Jordan Clarkson type, or give me your thought on the Knicks, man. We haven't heard much about the Knicks.
Like I said, I'm loving everything except for Cat right now, man. I'm not one of these fans that see 20-10 and think that he's an amazing player. He's soft as hell, man. But yeah, they're good. We went on a little slump, and we lost badly to the Pistons. We lost real bad to the Pistons. Mm-hmm. But, man, it had to do with Cat. I think Cat had like 6 points that game when we lost to the Pistons. He had 6 points and like 2 rebounds or something crazy like that. So he needs to get up out of here. Either that or he needs to fix it up. He needs to figure it out. I don't know what's happening. Unless something personal in his life, I don't know. If that's the case, then, my apologies. But he needs to figure something out.
Yeah, man. Cat is always soft, bro.
Soft.
When the guys acquired him, I was like, he's not New York Knicks material, man. They're going to eat him up when he starts playing bad. Sis says, keep an eye out on teams who are trying to get under the salary cap. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of trades. I think there's going to be a lot more role player trades. But I would love it if there was some big blockbuster trades, whether it's John Morant, Giannis, anything like that. That would be awesome. I do believe that we might have gotten one of the biggest blockbuster trades already done, which is Trae Young. But I'm very excited for this trade deadline because I do see a lot of activity happening. Just maybe more role players and guys like CJ, stuff like that, But yes, we're definitely going to keep an eye out for teams trying to get under the salary cap or teams trying to save long-term money. But here you have it. Where do you think the Knicks are going to end up by the end of the season? Right now, the number 2 seed?
I think we'll end up finishing 1. I don't think the Pistons are going to keep this rolling for the rest of the year. So I think the Pistons move down to 2, maybe even 3. Mm-hmm. I think the Knicks move up to 1. And then, believe it or not, I see Toronto moving up to 2 or 3.
Oh, I like that. And
Toronto's been doing really well.
The Raptors, led by Brandon Ingram, have really surprised me this season.
Yeah.
They have been interesting, bro. And in the West, we got to look at the West too, man. We can't look at the best without looking at the West. where do you think the Lakers end up, man? Because right now we're number 4 seed, and that's without Austin Reeves for a month.
So honestly, I think that top 4 right there, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's how it's gonna look. I have it just like that. Yeah, Minnesota. I don't know. I don't think they'll go over the. I think the Lakers will be top 4 just like that. And what's that? Houston. Houston might move up to 5, and then the rest. It is what it is. I don't care about the rest of the bottom there. But I think exactly how that is. OKC, San Antonio, Denver, LA.
I predicted the Lakers would be number 2. That's before injuries. I still think we're going to find a way to make a trade and propel us forward. I think we'll be number 2. I think the Thunder will be number 1. I think the Nuggets will be number 3, and I think the Spurs will be number 4. That's how I'm going to have them as the top 4. I do agree that the Timberwolves, unless they make a trade or something interesting, they're going to be there. The Rockets, they're good, but they're still. I feel like they're brand new. They got to figure things out. And then the Suns are overachieving, man. What's up with Dylan Brooks, bro? What's gotten into Dylan? Who's
bro?
giving him?
He's a hooper, bro. That's what you call a hooper. He's just a good player. If he needs to be a role player, he will. If he needs to be the star player, he will. He just goes out there and hoops. I like Dylan. I'm a big Dylan Brooks fan, man. And it ain't even because he hates LeBron. I'm talking about before that. I like guys like that. I just like players like Dylan Brooks. He has a chip on his shoulder every time. He's like KG. He finds something to be upset about, and he just attacks the whole game about it. Like, I like guys like that. So I'm a big Dylan Brooks guy.
He's psychotic, if you ask me, bro. I love it. He's a psycho in a sense that, yeah, he'll help you out, but man, come playoff time, he gets in the ear of the wrong player, he's gonna hurt you, man.
And you gotta take that risk. You gotta take that risk sometimes.
Personally, I don't like that type of player, man. But everybody make sure to follow my guy Lou on Instagram. All right, he just started his Instagram, his Twitter. Been pushing my brother to start social media. He's very mature. He doesn't have too much social media, but go ahead, tell him about it, bro.
Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna be posting there a lot more. I'm still like trying to figure out what type of contents I'm gonna post, but I got it now. I figured it out. I made the accounts, so it's going. The ball's rolling, man.
I can't wait to be a guest on your show, man. I can't wait to be a
guest. Real quick before we end it, I wanted to know your thoughts on Kevin Love. I don't know if you've seen what Kevin Love said about the cap, about the apron.
No, what did he say? What did he say?
He made a comment about he thinks that the second apron is a terrible thing and it needs to be abolished, and that he doesn't think it's fair that teams like OKC, who are building organically through the draft or making trades early, now they can't keep the cores together because of the apron, and guys are going to have to decide, you can't keep J-Dub and Chet and Shea for Dynasty because of the apron.
What I got to say about that. And by the way, really quick, major shout out to Tara, man, who just blessed me. I appreciate you on my Cash App. Thank you so much, Tara. Love you, sis. You are absolutely the best. I gotta say that really quick. Get it off my chest because she just blessed me, man. Gonna definitely she said, take Yessie out to Chipotle. I got you, sis. I'm doing that. Absolutely. That's what we're gonna have tonight or later on today. But my thoughts on your question, bro. I gotta say, as far as that goes, it is the players' fault because they signed off on the new CBA. Okay. So anybody bitching about it, take it up with the Players Association. They signed the CBA. I'm not a fan of it. Are you? I hate this CBA.
No.
So, I think, everybody involved who approved of this, is their fault.
CJ McCollum.
Yeah. CJ McCollum, who we were just talking about. It's your fault, man. The CBA's like this because of y'all. So now if we don't have enough money, we can't keep the core boo-hoo. Well, the players are going to have to, the owners are going to have to pony up the dough and pay the penalties, or you're going to be cooked. You're cooked. And I hope we have a new CBA where they reform this and kind of fix it. What are your thoughts on it, man? Real quick.
Very similar thoughts to you. However, I also think you need to, if you want to win, you got to sacrifice. And sometimes you might have to sacrifice that dollar because nobody said it's not possible. You just can't get max dollars and keep the team together. So if you want to keep the guys together, if you're really about winning championships, Shea, Chet, J-Dub, instead of taking the $50 million contract, why don't you take the $35 million contract?
That's a great point.
Right? Because there's no rule against you can't keep the guys underpaid. You can't underpay them. It's all about what you agree to. So if I want to continue winning championships for the next 10 years, hey, I'll take a $20 million shave. And I know that sounds like a lot. It is a lot. But if you really care about winning that bad, and you really want to stay with your guys like you're claiming to, hey, take the pay cut.
Absolutely, man. Take your pay cut. And exactly, to me, players complaining about money. It's like, you guys are millionaires, man. You see role players getting more than what they deserve. Man, our guy Gabe Vincent is making about 11.5 million a year. Gabe Vincent, who averages like 2 whole points, bro.
Bro, he's a bum, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you. I've been trying to get him off my team since probably this summer. I saw enough of him in the playoffs. He didn't do nothing for us, man.
He had one good playoff run with Miami, and I don't know what happened there, but overhyped player.
Absolutely overhyped, man. And I'm traumatized for Miami players, bro. We didn't have ex-Miami Heat Lil Dang. We didn't have Kendrick Nunn, who looked like a nun when he was a Laker. Absolutely. And now we got this guy, man, just stinking it up, bro. Don't you hate it, man, when your team spends that mid-level exception on somebody who's unplayable, bro?
Joakim Noah. Yep.
Oh my God, I remember that was bad.
Yeah,
that was bad. Was that the mid-level exception or more?
That was more. That same year, Luol Deng went to the Lakers, and Joakim Noah signed with the Knicks, and we both got the shittiest fucking contracts in the entire league the same year.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Nah, bro. Mid-level exception guys are fireable offenses, to be honest with you, because, man, these are guys that absolutely do not deserve the money they're getting. Love you too, Tar. Thank you so much. You just made my day. I appreciate you buying lunch and more. Appreciate that. Guys, before we get out of here, I want to, my guy Lou is very intelligent, and he's going to help us today do a PrizePicks entry promo code DTLFM. Make sure you guys tap in. This video is brought to you and sponsored by that. So Lou, man, if you could do us the honors, man, I'm going to let you go ahead and pick this card today, man. If you take your time with it. If there's any names you like over or under, let us know. We're going to go ahead and put a nice little $5 bill, man.
I gotta really zoom in this. Hold on a second.
I'll tell you. So we got Anthony Edwards versus Cleveland, 30.5 points per game. You think that's a less, or do you think that's a more? Right there. And by the way, the last 5 games, he's only done it twice, 5 times.
Do they show who he played the last 5 games? Do they show that? They don't show the opponent, do they?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Versus Miami.
What teams did he score 30 or more against?
Washington and Miami.
And who's he playing?
He is playing the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I will go under.
Okay.
It looks like against bad teams he's going for 30, and against decent teams he's staying about that average. So right. I will go under, in my opinion. Hey, right. If you lose some money, guys, I deeply apologize, man. But
no, I'm just listen, right here we do low risk, high rewards. Okay. I always recommend people to go 5 or less. Especially if you're a starter and you're not a professional at this, man. And it usually works out that way. We do not try to promote them to spend their paychecks on this, man.
Please don't. What else you got?
Let's go. Points, rebounds, and assists. DeAndre Hunter, 18.5, and he's done it 4 out of the last 5 games.
Let's do it. Let's do that. Go. Yep.
Bam Adebayo, points, rebounds, and assists, 29.5 versus the Chicago Bulls. He's 0 for 5 in the last 5 games.
Against the Bulls, though?
Yeah, against Chicago, Shy City.
Since it's trending low, I'm gonna go low. My heart says to go over, but I'm gonna go low because it seems like a smart thing.
If it's not a guarantee, we can skip it. How about this?
Okay.
Anthony Davis. Well, that's a little too iffy. We don't know if Anthony Davis is gonna be healthy for that game. Yeah. Cooper Flag versus the Utah Jazz, 20.5. Does he go over? Or does he go under?
I think he goes over on that.
All right, over. Now I will say the last 5 games he's only gone over once.
Who did he play?
Huh?
Who he played the last 5 games?
So Sacramento, Houston, Philly, Portland, and Sacramento again. He's only gone over versus Sacramento.
And he's playing who?
Utah.
Utah is just as bad as Sacramento, man. I think he can cook them.
All right, let's put. We're gonna go with Lou's gut today. Make sure you guys can feel free to tell this, man. If we win together, we win together. We lose together, we lose together. Let's go. Let's see who else should we pick. This is a stat I really like. This is a stat I really, really like, and that's 3-pointers made. Okay. And I like to go when they have the over and under. So Pascal Siakam versus Charlotte, 1.5 threes. He's only hit it twice in the last 5.
Yeah, games. Charlotte. Yeah, he'll make 2.
We're gonna go more. And then let's go. Let's see who else. Who else has the over under? Nas Reed versus Cleveland, 2.5 threes.
3 threes from Nas Reed. 3?
Yeah, 3. He'd have to hit 3 to mess it up.
I'm gonna go under on that.
I was thinking the same thing. I was hoping
Okay.
you was. I was thinking the exact same thing. And then finally, let's see if we can get another 3-pointer here to go.
Curry's
okay,
there?
that's it for 3-pointers, actually.
Okay.
Let's see. And then the final stat will be, let's go points again. Points is probably the easier stats to guess. Let's do LaMelo Ball versus Indiana, 17.5 points. He's only done it once in the last 5 games. But it's versus the Pacers, and they suck this year. What do you think?
I'm gonna go over with him then. I'll go over.
Let's go. This is the
all he needs to do is score 18.
Yeah, all he needs to do is score.
And what's he averaging right now? 18 is he? Isn't he averaging 18 right now?
He's averaging about 18, yeah. He's averaging about 18. So this is right. He's averaging 17.40 or 17.4 the last 5 games. So right under 18. But it's the Pacers. And they stink.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, they suck. All right, we'll do that.
All right, let's do that. So that is your PrizePicks entry for the day, man. And again, I do not recommend playing a lot, but I do recommend playing $3 to $5 here and there, man. You got some spare change. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna play like the poor people play. A little $5 bill right there, and let's get it, man. Appreciate you, my guy Lou, for assisting today's PrizePicks entry. We're gonna try to incorporate that into the show because a lot of people here some PrizePicks, man. Let's see. Final comments, questions, concerns before we get up out of here, man. He said, I used to really like Joakim Noah. He was a dog. Me too, man. When he was with the Bulls. Wow. But unfortunately, sometimes you get the worst part of somebody, you know?
Yeah.
You get the worst part. Like the Lakers have been no different. We're kind of like the Knicks. A lot of times we get excited for a role player we think is going to come in here. Like for us, it was Roy Hibbert. Right. When we got Roy Hibbert, we were hyped because we thought we got Indiana Pacers Roy Hibbert. Boy. We got Lopez, another one we were hyped about. We thought we had got.
I forgot about that. Yeah, Brook Lopez.
And the fact that you forgot about that tells you how bad it was. And who's another name that
Tyson Chandler too? Y'all got?
Did we? No. Did we get Tyson?
Yeah, you did.
That's right.
You
See,
did.
I can't remember that as a diehard Laker fan. That's tough.
Yep.
Because it tells you he made 0 impact on this team. And then who can forget DeAndre Jordan, who used to start for us? Oh man, bro. When we had DeAndre Jordan, he had stone feet. He couldn't move.
Yep.
Man. When we had DJ, man, that was bad. So we've had some horrible pieces come through that have been has-beens. Who's the biggest has-been that joined the Knicks in the last 10 years that you remember?
Outside of Joakim Noah, T-Mac came late, but I still loved him. But yeah, he was a has-been. I wish we had him like 10 years earlier. Derrick Rose first stint. We got Rose twice. When he first came to New York, he stunk.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, he was wearing number 25. He stunk. Then he went to Detroit and then got traded back, and he played amazing. I can't think of any more off the top of my head right now.
The biggest bust for us as far as free agent signing that was a has-been for by far. Well, actually, it was a trade. It wasn't even a free agent signing. Russell Westbrook. Okay.
Bigger than Luau?
Yeah, bigger than Luau, because at least we didn't have to see Luau ugly mug in the court, causing havoc and breaking shots. At least he was just stealing money from the sidelines.
Yeah.
But Russell Westbrook got paid $40+ million to do absolutely nothing but break shots, turn the ball over, and complain about let Russ do Russ, talking in third person. This has to be the worst Laker of all time. Worse than Kwame, worse than Smush Parker, worse than Luke Walton.
Damn.
He's the worst, bro.
Worse than Smush Parker is crazy.
Bro, never before have I switched my narrative of somebody. Like before Russ came to Lakers, hard worker, hard-nosed, gritty player, love his play style. After he came to Lakers, asshole, piece of crap, good for nothing. Like, that never happens, bro. And when a player can go towards the end of his career and completely not be a good veteran leader, not be good for the locker room, they were calling him a vampire in the locker room, bro.
Yeah.
So that tells you everything, man. He was sucking the blood and the life off the locker room. As soon as he got traded, joy came back. And we actually made a run to the Western Conference Finals. That's how bad it was.
That's crazy.
Horrible to amazing. So that has got to be by far the worst Laker of all time, man. By far. Chat, sound off. Who do you guys think is the worst Laker and the worst Knick of all time, man? Let us know. And that is going to wrap it up for us here on NBA Coast to Coast. I want to say special shout out to Lou, because Lou, bro, you're always amazing. Make sure you guys follow Kimmy. If you can please just drop his links one more time, that'd be great. So everybody can go follow my brother Lou.
Yep, I'll follow everybody back as well.
There you go. Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, if you have a chance, Kimmy. And I also want to give a special shout out to my sis, who's always showing love, man. Lakers rise, man. She is definitely one of the GOATs. Just she's been a great person, man, and always, been very helpful to me, especially in my time of needs. So thank you so much. You don't even know she does it sometimes, but man, like sometimes you're needy, and then like God sends an angel, man, and that's what Lakers rise. Hey, Tara has been for me, man, and for my family, an angel. So thank you so much. And here's the link right here, and that is
thank you.
Lou's YouTube channel. Again, make sure you guys follow, man. This guy's very knowledgeable. He's awesome, man. He's a brother of mine for sure, and show him love, and he will show love back, and so will I. All right. So everybody that follows Lou today, man, tag me, and I'll also follow you back today. So we're gonna get this party rolling and encourage him to make content. This dude, man, you need to share that knowledge, man. You need great, bro. You gotta share that knowledge you have, that basketball wisdom and that mindset, and just shine, my brother, shine. Anything you want to say to the public, man, before we get off?
Appreciate everybody. Come follow me. I'll follow you back. I'll do my best to put some stuff out there for you guys to see, and I'm just happy to be on the show, man. It's cool. It's been a cool experience so far. It's been almost 2 months now. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, just about. Yeah, man.
How many years did we talk about this beforehand? That's crazy.
Man, like damn, yeah, a long time, bro.
This is awesome, man. It's a pleasure to finally have a really consistent and reliable co-host, man. I've had other co-hosts here; they've all been great, but either time constraints or chemistry issues have not worked out. But man, this is normal and natural for me. It's awesome to see.
Likewise, man.
You take off. NBA Coast to Coast. We're gonna take it to the start with you guys' help. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, post noti bill. Trade deadline around the corner. Keep it locked, man. February 5th. So definitely going to break it down. I can't wait to have more episodes of NBA Coast to Coast with my brother Lou. Again, guys, thank you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Take care, guys.
Peace.